We're at the corner of 3rd and King. It is game 2 of this 4-game series, Giants and Padres. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me always is Mike Kruko. Well, the Padres, they give the Giants a tough battle like they did yesterday, and they win. So today the Giants need to get back on track. Now, Bruce Bochy gives the ball to Matt Cain. What does Matt Cain have to do?
Well, number one, he has to do what he's done all year consistently, and that's get ahead of these Padre hitters. Strike one's going to be very important in tonight's ball game. The other thing, too, is when the Padres do get on base, you have to control their running game. They're ranked 2nd in the National League in stolen bases, and they will be very aggressive on the pass. So the pressure is on Cain to give Eli Whiteside a chance to throw some runners out. Now, the last 3 games, Sunday, Monday, and now tonight, the Giants have run a starter out there that's been an all-star. They need to get their all-star closer in this one. All
right. Look for Brian Wilson to get in this game, we hope. All right, when we come back, the Giants have one hot hitter on their hands, and that's the Panda, Amy G, about Pablo Sandoval right after this.
AT&T and by Toyota. Check out the great deals at your local Toyota dealer today.
It really doesn't get any better than that shot right there. A spectacular day in the Bay Area. Your San Francisco Giants looking for a bounce-back win this evening after dropping Game 1 yesterday against their division rivals, the San Diego Padres, in this 4-game series. Welcome back to AT&T Park. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and it's a fact the Padres do very well here at AT&T Park. In fact, they've won 10 of their last 12 games against San Francisco here in the Bay Area. But Pablo Sandoval provided some 4th of July fireworks of his own yesterday. He's the focus of our Farmers Insurance report card. A 3-hit day for the Panda, including a double and his 5th career splash home run yesterday. He tied a San Francisco Giants record, recording his 9th consecutive game with an extra base hit, and joins a few Hall of Famers, Orlando Cepeda and Willie Mays. And Pablo has worked extremely hard coming back from that broken hamate bone to establish himself in that number 3 spot in the batting order. And tonight he goes to set a new San Francisco record. And the Giants will be looking for a win in Game 2 of this 4-game series against the Padres. Their horse, Matt Cain, will be on the hill. First pitch coming up shortly, but first we're going to get you a Sportsnet Central Studios update following these messages. Stay with us.
we're just about ready to get underway. Game time weather is brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. 67 degrees here at the yard. It'll start to cool off here shortly. Winds at 10 miles per hour. 65% humidity, sunny and clear. Matt Cain will lead the Giants out. So the lineup that Matt Cain will be facing looks like this. It'll be Will Venable to lead things off, followed by Bartlett, Headley, the cleanup hitter Ryan Ludwig, Orlando Hudson. Lifetime against the Giants, good numbers. Then it's MAYBIN, Rizzo, followed by Hundley and Stauffer.
Matt Cain on the hill tonight for the Giants. 26-year-old right-hander, 6'3", 230-pounder in his 6th year at the big league level. This is what he's done so far. There's been an all-star first half, and this is what you have to do to be an all-star. You got to go 7-4 with a 3.02 ERA. Allowed just 94 hits, 113 innings. He's been the model of consistency with a great first pitch strike ratio, and he'll do it with all his pitches. And all of his pitches will include a fastball that he can 2 and 4 seam. They'll go 90 to 95 depending on the grip. Throw a curveball, a cutter, and a changeup, which is very effective for both lefties and righties. Against these Padres lifetime, he has had some problems with them. Cain 5-9 despite a very solid ERA of 3.43. That 23 starts. So he's always pitched well against them, but he's never really gotten the great run support to get in the win column. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Matt Cain. Starting in left field, it'll be Aaron Rowan joined by Torres and Sherholtz. That's your Giants outfield. Crawford and Sandoval on the left side, and Aubrey Huff joined by the new kid on the block, Miguel Tejada, playing his first game ever at second base. And we're talking 2,100 games in his career. Eli Whiteside will be in the squad putting down the signs. There's Miguel Tejada.
Not a problem. First pitch of the ball game from Matt Cain is on its way to Will Venable, and it's a called strike. So we get started right on time at 7:15. Venable hit a home run yesterday in the win for the Padres, and here he fouls this one back. He also singled to lead off the ball game, hit a little flare over Sandoval, and it started a 2-run first inning for San Diego. Venable lifetime against Matt Cain is 4 for 18. He's got a double and a home run.
That little girl is psyched. I don't blame him.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and that's how this game gets started on the strikeout.
3-pitch see ya, and Venable sent packing. Just elevates a fastball on a 2-seam grip that runs away through Venable and blows it right by him. The strike zone tonight from Eric Cooper is the lowest strike zone in all the big leagues of any umpire we've seen. It's a very low zone, and his corners are very tight. But you will see low strikes tonight like you won't with anybody else.
See the rest of the umpires. Kellogg, Rayburn, and Timmons from first to third. Bartlett with a swing and a miss. Bartlett has never faced Matt Cain before. This is Cain's first start against San Diego this year. Like mentioned earlier, he's pitched a lot of games against San Diego, has never gotten a lot of run support. 2 balls and 1 strike. Headley on deck. Giants trying to bounce back after a 5-3 loss on the 4th of July. 2-1 pitch. Popped out to right field. Sherholtz shading his eyes. 2 down. And that'll bring up Headley. That means that you're an all-star.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
4 Giants tonight wearing them. There's also some logos in the back of their hat.
Headley at 306, 2 home runs, 30 RBIs. Headley 6 for 21 lifetime against CAIN. And that pitch is a bit high to even the count at a ball and a strike. Headley 1 for 4 yesterday. Late call strike to make it 1-2. Another sellout tonight. That is something that we are getting used to. Got him, and that'll end the inning. 2 strikeouts for CAIN. Giants are coming out. It's 0-0. Lineup. Bruce Bochy goes with Andres Torres in the leadoff spot. Then it's Crawford, Sandoval, and Aubrey Huff. Aaron Rowand is in the lineup. He'll be in left field, followed by Nate Schultz in the 6th slot. Then it's Tejada. Good numbers lifetime against the Padres. Whiteside, CAIN.
On the mound tonight for the San Diego Padres will be the right-hander Tim Stauffer. 28 years old, 6'1", 225-pounder in his 4th year at the big league level. And he's got great stuff, and he knows how to pitch. 88 strikeouts against 25 walks in 106 innings, 4-5 on the year, 2.97 ERA. And Stauffer 2 and 4 seeing the fastball. Going here from high 80s to low 90s. He's got a cutter, a curveball, and a changeup. He'll throw anything at any time, and he's got good corner command with that fastball.
Here's Andres Torres, who's never had a hit against Stauffer. He's 0 for 7 lifetime. And a first pitch strike to Torres, who's watched his average plummet. It is at 217. And the bunt, and he bunts it off his foot, and it's now 0-2.
Sire Cooper, the umpire, come out and point to the batter's box, saying that he had 1 foot still in the batter's box. If you have both feet out of the batter's box and that bunted ball comes up and hits you, you're out.
An 0-2 pitch to Torres, and it's high, 1-2.
Quick 0-2 when you're slumping, that's kind of the norm, isn't it?
Absolutely. Automatic. Torres got into the game yesterday on a double switch. He had 2 at-bats, and he went 0 for 2. Brandon Crawford to follow. And Torres stays alive.
Right now, Stauffer's up. Against the Giants' lifetime, 1-1 with a 2.33 ERA.
Boy, close pitch. It's 3-2. The loss came at the beginning of the season. We're in 6 innings. He allowed 9 hits. Check that. In 4 2/3 innings, he allowed 8 hits, 4 earned runs. And Torres with a base hit to start out the bottom of the 1st. That's a good sign for Andres Torres.
That's a great at-bat right there. 0-2 to a 3-2 to a hit. Let's take a look at the Padre defense behind Stauffer. Ludwig, Maybin, and Venable, that's your outfield. Bartlett and Headley on the left side of the infield. Hudson and Rizzo on the right side. Huntley will be in the squat doing the catching for the Padres.
Here's Crawford, who picked up a hit in 3 at-bats yesterday. Actually, his hit came in the 9th inning off of Heath Bell. And he takes low and away. That's the pitch Stauffer wants you to swing at, to try to get you to hit into a double play.
And we mentioned Eric Cooper's got some tight corners. You don't get a lot of whip in his strike zone.
Torres goes, swinging a foul down the left field line and out of play. Torres has 8 steals. He's been thrown out 3 times. The red hot Sandoval on deck. It's a ball and a strike. Good. Is that changeup?
Yeah, and a good one.
1 and 2. It's the one that you see it at the plate and you're thinking, I hope he didn't throw me another one.
It's the one pitch you can't look for. There is a little bit of a shine on the backstop out in center field, the batter's eye. So it's a point in the day where it does favor the pitcher.
And a shot off the glove, and it rolls into right field. With that, Torres, as it kicks it around, and they're going to wave in Torres. And there may be a play at the plate, and Torres is in there. 1-0 Giants. As Tim Flannery works his magic again.
There is nobody in this game that is as daring and as successful as Tim Flannery. And we're going to make this our forward right choice. Another good at bat from Crawford, who gets more and more comfortable every day. And Hudson, as he goes up to make the exchange, he can't get a grip. And as Torres is coming to third, picking up his coach, he gets the go sign right here. And it's time to go. And you can see Flannery running down with him, flapping his wings. And Flannery making the save call. Oh, I love it.
He was 4 steps from actually taking off. Here's Sandoval, and Sandoval tries one foul down the left field line.
All right, let's watch Tim Flannery as he starts to flap his wings, waving. There's the 1-arm flap, now the 2 flap. And pretty soon he's going to go to Berkeley.
Oh, my goodness.
He's trying to fly to Berkeley.
Like a helicopter. 0-1 to Sandoval.
Let's take a look at our United Airlines leaders of the game. Pablo Sandoval currently in a 15-game hitting streak, but that's not all. First 6 games, 6 singles. The last 9 games, 8 doubles and 3 homers. He raised his slugging percentage from .422 to .509. Oh, look out.
Sandoval loses his bat. By the way, ruled a single and then an error on the second baseman Hudson for allowing the runners to advance. That's about right, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Gives us a chance to talk about Pablo Sandoval. He's had at least 1 extra base hit in each of his last 9 games.
He probably still doesn't have full strength in that right hand. That's where he had the surgery.
He says he's getting close. But that lit it up. That did not feel good. But that 9-game extra base hit is the longest extra base hit streak by any Giants player since Willie Mays did it in 1963.
Sandoval goes to left field. Ludwig is going to get underneath this one. He'll make the catch. An unproductive out for Pablo Sandoval. 1 out.
I think you're still feeling it.
Yeah, the bat that Sandoval let go of ended up striking a woman on top of the head. And you can see that they are attending to her right now. As here's Huff. Huff takes inside, 1 ball and no strikes. What's about the last thing you think you're going to get hit with when you come to the park?
Well, I mean, that's certain things that even bringing your glove isn't going to help you with.
You're right. Huff holds up. Huff lifetime against Stauffer is 3 for 8. He's got a couple of doubles. He's also walked twice. Aaron Rowan is on deck. Stauffer a look to second, and Huff takes another. No, they're going to say Huff went around that time. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. That is something very hard. It's something going down and in.
Well, you hate to check a swing in a 2-0 count. See, that to me, it's sort of evolved into almost a joke where guys can come up there and be very deceptive with their move to home and at the last minute quit and then whip around and pick a guy off of second base.
I thought he was coming home.
I mean, every year they add a little bit more to it, a little bit more to it. They say you're not supposed to deceive the runner, but to me that's big time deception.
Three and 1 to Aubrey Huff. Huff still has not seen a fastball when he's ahead in the count. It's 3 and 2. And I guess with first base open, he might not see one here either.
Well, if I'm pitching and I got an RB guy up there in the box at open base, I'm not giving it in. Stauffer has not. And when he checked his swing on a 2-0 slider, he threw it again 3-1. He swung through it. He'd probably go back in the dirt.
Huff hits one on the ground to Hudson. Hudson throws out Huff. On the play, Crawford moves to third. Here's Aaron Rowan. Rowan yesterday took an 0 for 5. He's swinging a pretty hot bat. He does have 3 hits and 9 at bats in his career against Stauffer. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Giants come in 10 games over 500. Rowan on the ground, into right field, a base hit. 2-0 Giants.
Well, that's the hit that they've been looking for right there. The 2-out knock with the runners in scoring position. And after Rowan saw the first pitch, a backdoor 2-seam fastball, he kind of geared his at bat to right field, and it really pays off. Just out past the outstretched hand of Orlando Hudson. And you get a great look of our Ultra Mo, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. And that is the at bat that hurts that pitcher on the mound.
Here's Nate Sherholtz. Sherholtz takes down low. He's 0 for 4 lifetime against Stauffer. In the game yesterday, Nate Sherholtz went 0 for 4. He's hitting .271. The RBI for Rowan, his 16th of the year. Sherholtz takes a strike. That's the pitch you're talking about.
We saw Stauffer throw that a lot last time the Giants saw him in San Diego, and they couldn't lay off it. And he wound up having a pretty good night because of it.
Sherholtz fouls it back. It's 1-2. Tejada is on deck. Beautiful night. Crystal clear out on the bay. Beautiful. We're lucky.
We are. And we know it. And we don't take this place for granted, and we never will.
Said that many times at Candlestick. Sherholtz breaks his bat, and that's going to fall. Rowan's going to head to third, and the throw is late.
With 2 outs, Rowan didn't have to hesitate. At the crack of the bat, he was thinking third base. He made it easily. Little jam shot. Drops it in there between Hudson and Venable. There you see the no hesitation. With 2 outs, he's gone. Turn around, pick up your coach.
So Darren Balsley out. So here's Tejada. Tejada had an at-bat in the 9th inning last night where he doubled off of Heath Bell, so he went 1 for 1.
That was one of the best at-bats of the game. Real solid approach down the right field line for a 2-bagger.
Comes in hitting .234 with 3 home runs, 24 driven in. And he takes one wide, 1 ball and no strikes.
And Stauffer's digging deep right now.
This will be pitch number 30.
He is fighting for his life. Trying every trick he knows. Giants are 1 big hit away from big time separation here in the first. Got good speed at first base. Tejada finds a gap here. Nate Sherholtz will score easily with 2 outs.
Pops in a breaking ball to even the count. Tejada tries to dig it out. He bounces it over Eli Whiteside. In the on-deck circle, 1 and 2. Found a home.
Oh yeah.
You got an autograph on that jersey.
Future's so bright it gotta wear shades.
And getting the bat to the woman that got dinged on the head.
Well, I think there's an exchange being made. Now that's his streak bat, and he wanted it back.
All this is doing for Stauffer is he's trying to catch his breath between pitches. It's 1 and 2. Runner goes, throw down to second, and they got him. That's a little weird. Andres Torres streaking from first. He scores the first run. Giants lead 2-0. Thursday night. Both games start at 7:15. Hey, check out to see the seats that are available. We're told there are some good seats left. Go to sfgiants.com and then check out the Met series. Friday and Saturday. Sunday is sold out. 2-0 Giants as Ryan Ludwig will lead things off. Ludwig hitting .251. He's having a good year. 52 RBIs. Off the end of the bat, past Orlando Hudson. 5 for 12 against CAIN with a couple of home runs. So he's got some ownage on Matt Cain. There's usually one guy, right, in every lineup that's got ownage.
Yeah, you just don't let him beat you. It's a perfect time to pitch to him. 2-run lead.
1-2, and you hope there's not like 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, that's when you know you got to be well into your game to succeed on those nights.
Ludwig strokes one to right for a leadoff single. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, Bruce Bochy said he will not be adjusting his starting rotation prior to the All-Star break, which would mean that Matt Cain should start again on Sunday, which means he won't be able to throw in this year's Midsummer Classic. So what does that mean? Well, MLB goes back to the player votes to see which pitcher had the most votes that did not make those top 5 votes. So who came in 6th place? Well, Bruce Bochy announced yesterday that it is former Giant, current Pirate, Kevin Correa. So congratulations to him. And Cain will be able to go. He just won't be able to throw. Gentlemen?
All right, Amy, thanks. Here's Orlando Hudson. Hudson takes a pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Hudson 2 for 21 against Cain. Yesterday had 1 hit in 4 at-bats. Sandoval is in at third, and that pitch just misses. It's 2-0.
There you see the All-Stars that you get on your uniform if you're an All-Star. Matt Cain, a 2-timer.
Hit well into center field. Torres is on the move. Torres is not going to get it. It pounds off the wall. They're going to hold Ludwig, and Hudson's got a double. And it gives you an idea that the ball is carrying tonight.
And Hudson, no surprise here. I mean, he's got pop in his bat. Fastball out of the plate, and he puts a good rip into it. And despite it being a high gapper, just too deep for Torres to catch up to it. He was playing shallow as he normally does.
So here's Cameron MAYBIN. He's only faced Cain 1 time in his career. He's 0 for 1. And this is hit on the ground to Tejada. A run will come in. The tying run moves to third, and that's the perfect out off the bat of MAYBIN. And that'll bring up Anthony Rizzo.
We got a letter from our old friend Bruce McGowan. Wanted to remind Giants fans or baseball fans in general that tomorrow night at 7 o'clock in downtown Mill Valley at Throckmorton Theater, he is going to have an evening conversation with Orlando Cepeda. He'll be backstage with McGowan to talk about his career and the great players he played with.
Infield in, and the pitch is low and in. So when is it?
It's tomorrow night in Mill Valley at Throckmorton Theater at 7 o'clock.
All right.
And that will be a very interesting conversation. Bruce McGowan, really one of the good guys in the Bay Area when it comes to media, and good interviewer.
Rizzo tops this one. Crawford thought about coming home, and everybody's safe, and this game is tied. I'm going to give Crawford an error, and there will be an RBI.
Well, Crawford had visions of grandeur. He saw the play in front. He knew he had no time for exchange, so he went for the bare hand throw. Even if he gets the ball in a bare hand, I don't think they were going to get Orlando Hudson. It winds up being an error. Perhaps a little over aggressive there.
Here's Hundley. Hundley skies it out to right field. And now Rizzo should be doubled up, and he is. Anthony Rizzo with a brain lock. 2-2. It was a big day, a 7-player swap. The Padres traded pitchers Dave Dravecky, Craig Lefferts, and Kevin Mitchell to the Giants for Chris Brown, Keith Comstock, Mark Davis, and Mark Grant. And it really led the Giants to the playoffs. Mitchell's first day in Chicago hit a couple of home runs.
Yeah, he was the only guy that had no name on his jersey that day. But he made a lot of fans of the Bay Area very quickly.
Tejada bounces it foul. How about 2 years after the trade? Mitchell, MVP. Mark Davis, a Cy Young winner. Not too shabby, huh?
Not too shabby. Kevin Mitchell, one of the best teammates I ever had.
The 0-1 to Tejada. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And we're due to have a Mitch sighting, too. We might get a chance to see him when we go down to San Diego.
I hope so. High, 2-1 to Tejada. It's a 2-2 ball game. Whiteside to follow. And Tejada with a base hit. That's better as a second baseman, I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think he would like to have had that at bat with runners at first and third last inning.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. On time for a steal attempt. Tejada taking advantage of the high mistake. And again, Stauffer's been up. And the Giants, to their credit, they've been putting some pretty good wood on it. 5 hits. The first 7 guys that has faced Tim Stauffer. It's a good beard. Looks like it's real.
Here's Whiteside. Belt high strike. Whiteside at 219.
Yep.
Christmas card.
It's a good one. Little girl, that's the one right there.
She's not sure about this whole deal. Do I have to? Yes, you do.
Just do it.
Check swing foul. It's 0-2. That was kind of a weak effort by Richard Cohen.
Dr. Cohen?
Do I have to do it?
Do I have to? I don't want to. Yep.
I can't wait till I grow up and not have to do this.
Something tells me that was Big Brother's idea.
Well, once you get mom in on the deal, then everybody's got to do it.
Oh, yeah. Mom bought into it. She helped with the project.
I'm not sure Dad is totally into it at all. I'm just not sure.
I think Dad and the little girl are kind of feeling about the same way. Nice Christmas card, though. That's fantastic.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Eli Whiteside. Whiteside, little pop-up, foul territory, and Headley will put it away. And here's Matt Cain.
Well, a lot of pitchers will get an automatic bunt sign here with runner at first base and 1 out. I'm not always sure with Matt Cain. Don't let the 3 for 35 fool you.
Well, you can put the hit and run on with Matt Cain. I mean, he will do his best to make contact, and more so than not, he does. He does get the bunt sign, and it's low, 1-0. And the bunt. Rizzo took a peek. Torres will hit with TEJADA at second. Andres Torres led the first inning off with a base hit. And he takes a strike. Two-two ball game here in the bottom of the second inning. Torres to the backstop. It's 1-2. Albert Pujols came back today and did not play. Cardinals didn't need him. Matt Holliday hit 2 home runs. One-two pitch. Got him, and that'll end the inning. And Torres knew it. Through 2 innings. 2-2. Stauffer. 2-2 ball game as Stauffer takes a strike. Stauffer, pretty good hitter. He's 6 for 30 this year. Takes a pretty good rip. He actually jumped out of his shoes swinging at that. It's 0-2. Breaking ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you're out there now. The guy takes a hack like that on a fastball. It's time to go to Uncle Charlie, throw a couple breaking balls.
Two and 2. Diamondbacks beat the Brewers for the 2nd time. Tonight they beat him 7-3. Got him. All right, time for Subway Eat Fresh, asked Krug and Kite. Colton from Sausalito. What is the biggest difference between playing shortstop and second base?
Besides the throw.
Well, the length of the throw is the obvious one, but turn into the double play. You do not see the runner coming at second. You do see the runner coming at short. Here's Venable. Venable takes a strike.
And you have to know a lot more bump plays at second base. But pretty similar position when you start talking about going in the outfield and being relay arms. And right now tonight the Giants have excellent arms in that regard.
Well, you have to, plus you have to be a much better athlete. 0-2 to Venable.
Spoken like an old second baseman.
You can't be afraid of contact, let's put it that way. 0-2 to Venable. And that fastball is high.
We just got a text message from Chris Spire. He said he'll take this up with you when we get to Cincinnati.
All right. More than willing to do that. 1-2 pitch. Slowly hit. It's going to be a tough play, and Tejada can't make it as it trickles out into shallow right field. Should be a hit.
Remember, this is his first game ever at second base at the big league level. And with Venable's speed, not much of a ground ball, not much backswing, so he got out of the box well. He realized his only chance was going to be a do or die bare-hander. And he almost whiffed.
So here's Bartlett, who popped out to Nate Sherholtz.
I kind of wanted to see him make that throw.
Venable with his lead. He's got 14 steals. And a strike to Bartlett on the inside corner. And it's no balls and 1 strike.
Jason Bartlett, born in Mountain View.
Venable back on the dive. Oh yeah, good looking group.
Having fun.
Snap throw, and back is Venable. Headley on deck, a 2-2 ball game on a gorgeous night here at 3rd and King. Venable with a good lead. He may be going, he does not go, and that it's not going to matter because that's off of Eli Whiteside's glove.
Wow, I mean, that's got to be a pass ball. Can't get crossed up. There's nobody out there at second base. And this is the type of thing that makes you talk to yourself if you're a catcher. That movement that was running away from him. And he just didn't catch it. Pass ball all the way. And that's a big 90 feet.
1-2. So an infield hit and a pass ball. And all of a sudden for Matt Cain, it's a very stressful third inning. On the ground to Tejada. Venable will move to third, 2 outs. And here's Headley. Headley struck out in the first inning. Fouled at the plate. Well, yesterday Headley got ejected, and we think he thought that this was the third out, and he turned around and he said something to Tim Timmons, and I don't think Timmons quite understood what he said, and he kicked him out. Skies this one into center field for Andres Torres. Cain's going to get out of this, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 left. It'll be Crawford, Sandoval, and Huff coming up.
Exclusive, you're hearing it first right here. Dwayne, I think you might have had a hand in this because all the Twitter tweets were clamoring for Buster Posey to join Kruk and Kipe in the booth. It's going to happen tomorrow night. Buster's going to join Dwayne and Mike, 3rd and 4th innings right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. Tune in. It'll be a good time, I'm sure. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Amy, as Crawford bounces this one to Hudson. And Crawford's retired. Yeah, we'll have Buster tomorrow night for a couple of innings. I talked to him today. He's great spirits, and I asked him, I said, would you like to do it? He said, I'd love to do it. So there it is, 3rd and 4th.
He just might stay all the way to the 9th inning.
He had one request. I don't want to see the play at home.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to see it anymore either.
So that will not be shown.
Breaks my heart.
Actually, he didn't say that. I did. Here's Sandoval takes a pitch outside. I don't want to see it anymore.
I don't either.
Sandoval hit a fly ball to left field. He's 0 for 1. 2 balls and no strikes. Sandoval with a bullet into right field, a base hit. He's just hitting a lot of balls hard right now.
He can hit. He is locked in. Well, we started with over 6,200 personalized bricks within the World Champions Walk right here at AT&T Park. In just over 1 month of sales, there are only about 500 left. So don't miss out on the chance of a lifetime. Act now to order your personalized brick. Go to sfgiants.com/brick or call 1-855-SFG-FANS. Partial proceeds from the sale of the pavers will benefit the Giants Community Fund.
Here's Huff. Huff takes it in the dirt. Hundley keeps it close. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Huff bounced out 4-3 in the very first inning. Sandoval now with a 16-game hitting streak. And Huff pops this one into right field for Venable. 2 outs. And here's Rowan. Rowan knocked in a run with a base hit. He hit a ball between Rizzo and Hudson to plate Crawford, so he is 1 for 1. Cody Ross on the shelf for a couple of days. His tightness, hamstring or quad?
Hamstring. He was pretty optimistic talking about it today, saying that it's not something that's going to require a DL. A couple of days, he should be good to go.
Moving parts again for Bruce Bochy.
It's Cody Ross, Pat Burrell, watching a little big league hardball.
Rowan out of play, 2-2. See the flags is blown now out to center field. 2-2 to Rowan. And the ball back.
Now, it could not have been a more beautiful day. When we've seen warm weather like yesterday, we see Carey to right field. And there's Carey to right field tonight.
Three and 2.
The wind really is what protects right field. Out of 81 games, there's probably 74 days where the wind will wrap around the side of the stadium, come back through the archways, and really make it almost impossible for right-handed to hit it out.
Sandoval goes, and the pitch is high. Sandoval went because he was 3 and 2, and that'll ever get Nate Sherwood. So the first walk in the ball game.
Well, it's an important walk because it allows the Giants to get a runner in scoring position for Nate Sherwood.
Sherwood broke his bat and flared it into right field in the first inning. Out of play. Second row, club level, 0-1.
That's a pitch he wants back. And what we've seen with Stauffer too is that a lot of times the best location pitch you get is that first one. He really tries to get ahead of you, and that's when he'll challenge. But he mixes up that first pitch, not very predictable to it. Throws everything.
Popped him up. It'll be Ludwig. Side retired. Giants strand a pair. Fourth inning coming up.
San Francisco Giants record for most consecutive games with an extra base hit is 9. Who holds the franchise record?
Do you know?
I do.
All right, just checking.
It's a rule in our house. You can't ask a question you don't know the answer to.
Here's Ludwig. Swing and a miss. Ludwig led off the second with a hit. Well, I don't know the answer. Hudson to follow.
Opposing fans everywhere.
1 ball and 1 strike. Two runs on 3 hits for San Diego. Ludwig on the ground to Sandoval. On the dirt. Huff picks it out. Giants Baseball and Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Big O Tires. Post your comments about the San Francisco Giants on the Big O Tires blog at csnbayarea.com. Sandoval with an assist from Aubrey Huff. Here's Hudson. There's the pitch that Matt Cain brought into the league with his fastball, and that was it.
Pretty much 2-pitch guy, but boy, is he a different cat now. Wow. Good pitch with a fastball.
He was the all effort, every pitch.
High effort is pretty much what you see from a lot of mid-90s throwers who come into the league, especially at age 20.
Torres settling underneath this.
But what he has learned is he can cruise at 90, 92, and he can use that 95-mile-an-hour velocity for another pitch, basically. You get a guy in a 2-strike count having established 90, 92. You hump up 95 around the letters, and that's a different pitch. And he's always been able to pitch high. High 3/4, short arm release, very deceptive motion. And that 92 of Matt Cain looks like a lot faster in the batter's box because of his delivery. He's picked up a cutter. He's picked up a changeup. He's learned the fastball. Knows how to 2 and 4.
MAYBIN takes a strike.
A little 2-seam fastball right there that came way of the back door. He's got a really nice compact motion for a big man, one that he can repeat.
Cain tried to kick it, and it reaches center field. He may have slowed it down.
Amanda Hudson is not being fooled by Matt Cain tonight. Cameron MAYBIN, I beg your pardon. Got a pretty good pitch to hit, though, right up there around the belt.
Yeah, that ball did miss Cain's foot by about a foot. Here's Rizzo, who reached on Crawford's error. Crawford on a high chopper tried to barehand a ball and come home, and he could not come up with it and charged with an error. A play that maybe a year from now, 2 years from now, it will not happen because Crawford will get the out at first. Pitch out. Maybe not going. The one thing about young players is in their eagerness to succeed, they many times just try to do too much. And that's very understandable. On the ground to Tejada, and Tejada will throw to first. Tejada's thinking, this is great. I love these throws.
Brought to you by AT&T. We're going to ask and answer it. The question tonight, SF Giants record for most consecutive games with an extra base hit is 9. Who holds the franchise record? Our survey says Willie Mays. He's got 10.
Well, he's about to be joined today.
Okay. It's a positive thought. I'm with you on that.
Here's Tejada. Tejada singled in the second. All right, out in the bay, calm waters, and the 1-0. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two-two ball game with Eli Whiteside on deck. Look out, and that got Tejada. And it got Hundley, too. That's the dilemma. The batter gets hit, and a lot of times the catcher does, too.
You're right.
Doink, doink.
Sort of caroms off of the elbow right into the mask of Nick Hundley.
So here's Whiteside. Whiteside popped out to Headley in foul territory in the 4th inning. And he takes one right down the pipe, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Well, 0-1 to Eli Whiteside. Breaking ball hit out to right, but it's right at Venable. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen, it is a Twitter Tuesday for the Authentic Giants fan, and you can check out theauthenticfan.com right now for the latest episode of The Authentic Fan with Ashkan. There's a lot of authentic going on here. He takes people behind the scenes of a Giants tweet-up and chats with super tweeters and Giants, Jeremy Affeldt and Sergio Romo. Theauthenticfan.com. Check it out.
All right, thanks, Amy. Hit and run. And CAIN does not make contact, and Tejada is going to try to go to third, and he's going to make it. Unbelievable.
Oh, happy birthday.
It'll be a stolen base and an error on Hundley.
Well, you see the break there, and then he stops. He realizes it's something had broken down. You probably had been better served just going into second base. Well, that's the basic rule of thumb. Here he stops, and it looked to me that Bartlett had taken his eye off the ball. It skims into center field. The Giants not only get a 90-foot gift, they get a 180-foot gift.
Now the infield is in. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Matt CAIN. CAIN takes high, 2-0.
That's the 4th inning. We've already seen 3 errors in this game. And that was a big one.
2 for the Padres, 1 for the Giants. CAIN with a big swing and a foul.
Got a piece of Eric Cooper.
He's moving around. He's fine.
Well, it jarred him.
Got him in the right shoulder.
Definitely give your chest protector a little kiss tonight before you go to bed.
CAIN might like to have that pitch back. He had a good rip.
Giants have been using that safety squeeze. CAIN's a good bunter.
2-2. And a base hit up the middle, and CAIN comes through. It's 3-2 Giants.
Stoffer went right back at him with another slider. And CAIN, who swung through the second strike, was not going to swing through this one. Took a little swing out and just played Pepper right back up the middle. Right back where it came from. So CAIN, with an RBI, gives himself back the lead.
How about that? A batter hit by a pitch, a stolen base, an error. And then a ground ball up the middle with the infield in as Torres takes low.
We want to say hello to Art Santo Domingo, alias Art de los Santos. He's the official scorer here at the ballpark. Been around this ballpark a long time. Former media relations exec with the Giants, and he's just underwent successful surgery at Stanford Hospital. And we just want to tell him we're thinking about him, and we wish him well, and can't wait to see him again. So Art, get back here soon, Meat.
1-0. Torres on the ground. Foul. Just foul.
Wow. That was close.
Torres had a good look at it as he was going down the line.
He had a good look, and he wasn't arguing. So neither were we.
Hudson gets one. Torres beats it out as Rizzo couldn't hang on anyway. The fielder's choice. And now Torres has got a shot, maybe try to steal the bag and get into scoring position.
Well, this is a base stealer situation.
Crawford a base hit in the first, bounced out to Hudson in the third, and here he rolls this one to Bartlett, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board here in the fourth, 3-2 San Francisco. Every game. So he helped keep that sellout streak alive. Tickets are available for the remaining games against the Padres. Go to sfgiants.com. Both games Wednesday and Thursday, 7:15 starts. And
kind of a quiet night on the Cove.
Come out. That's right. Take a look at the Cove. All right, what's going on out here? Kind of looks like that group just drifting along.
Having fun. Great night for a boat ride.
Hundley takes high. Hundley, Stauffer, and then Will Venable.
Chance for a shutdown inning here from Matt Cain. He's usually pretty reliable in that category.
Gets the call on the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. 1-2.
Perfect location. And now you can just swing it a little bit wider, a little bit lower, or you can go above his hands with the fastball. You've definitely established a way in the eye and the mind of Nick Hundley.
By the way, the matchup tomorrow will be Dustin Mosley against Madison Bumgardner, and then the lefty Corey Lupke against Barry Zito on Thursday. Hit out to left field, but not very deep. It's Crawford backpedaling, and he makes the catch in front of Rowand.
That turned out to be a pretty difficult play. You get drift here on pop-ups and fly balls. And it wasn't a full-out pop-up dance, but now he starts backtracking right here. And it was going to be Crawford's play all the way.
You could see Crawford could feel Rowand coming, but he never heard him. Here's Stauffer. By the way, take another look at the young shortstop. Hit him right in the thumb and stayed in the glove. The Mets will see the Giants 3 all-star starters. How about that? It'll be Vogelsong, Lincecum, and CAIN Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Ooh, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think Matt Cain's thinking the same thing. Where was that?
Two and two. Got him with a high fastball. 4th strikeout for CAIN. Venable coming up.
Just elevated above the hands. Across the chest, the one you see so well. You just can't keep your top hand above it.
You never know, in that Mets series we'll probably see Brian Wilson, but those are your San Francisco Giant All-Stars this year. Venable 1 for 2, an infield hit in the 3rd.
He was in a horrible slump earlier in the year. They wound up sending him out. Back AAA ball to find your stroke. Takes some of the pressure off. He's been grinding. Since he's come back, he's been hot.
Roll to the backstop.
When you get into a funk, especially when you're a young hitter, the game starts really going fast, and you cannot slow it down.
Low.
So, I mean, if you've got options left, an organization could decide to do what they did with Venable, and that is send him out, just get him out of the environment, let the pressure sort of leave his shoulders and his mind. Good changeup. I mean, if you're in the minor leagues, I mean, success and failure there gets publicized, but not anywhere near what it gets publicized here at the big league level.
Crawford's going to run it down, and that ends the inning. It'll be the Panda to lead things off. The fifth. It'll be their 3, 4, and 5 hitters facing Tim Stauffer. Sandoval fouls it off his foot. He singled in the third. He's 1 for 2. He's been beating himself up lately, hitting balls off his legs.
Yeah, he's going to go on with full catcher shin guards here the next couple days, both legs. Phew, just missed. Stauffer takes a long look.
Boy, he hit that ball off his foot again.
Is that something that like runs in streaks?
Yeah, you're right, it does. I mean, he's got the shin guard, but it's really high up on his ankle.
You had a protective piece. Did it help? You got it right at the top of the foot.
Yeah, you know, all it does is it eases your mind a little bit. 2 and 2. I mean, you really feel like you have to do something to protect yourself. But a lot of times you can put that guard on there and the ball will find flesh every time. Hit out to left, hit very well, but Ludwig moves over and he'll put it away.
Well, the New York Mets will make their only visit to AT&T Park this weekend, July 8th through the 10th, and there are still great tickets available for Orange Friday, July 8th. Ryan Vogelsong is going to pitch that game, so come on out and give him a send-off to this year's All-Star game. It'll be his last start before the All-Star game. Saturday at 6:05, new game time. Giants Striped Sox will be presented by PlayStation. First 20,000 fans, so get out here. Go to sfgiants.com. Sunday's game is a 5:05 game, and it is sold out.
Huff out in front as he lines it foul. He's bounced out and he's popped out.
How psyched you think the Mets are about the 5:05 game on Sunday?
Yeah, very psyched. 1 and 2.
Every time you get a new schedule, the first thing you look at is what your All-Star break is like and where you end the first half at. And for the Mets, they ended up here in a 5:05 game.
Up the middle, Bartlett dives, hits off his glove, and Huff with a 1-out single. Well, just for the fun of it, let's see where the Mets open up after the All-Star break.
Pretty good location for a hitter, right out there out of the play at the belt. Just off the web of Bartlett. Bartlett made a pretty good effort to get to that ball. I didn't think he had any chance.
Mets will get that Thursday off.
So they get 4 days off.
The back end. So I don't want to hear any complaints, all right? Ron Darling, don't be complaining.
That'll ease the pain a little bit.
Rowan takes one in the dirt.
But when I played in Philadelphia, I got an idea of what it's like to be on the East Coast. Now, if you play a night game on the West Coast, like the Mets will, they'll get out of here around 11:30. They'll get home about 7 in the morning.
2-0 to Rowan.
Ideal if you're on the road in the first half going into an All-Star game, you want to be like in Los Angeles, where the flight home is not very big.
Well, the Giants catch a break, at least their 4 All-Stars, the coaching staff, the manager, because the All-Star games in Phoenix open up in San Diego. Three and 1 now to Rowan. Rowan took that. He won't take the next one if it's a good pitch to hit. Big chopper. Headley to Hudson. Hudson to Rizzo. And that ends the inning. Through 5. 3-2 Giants.
team and Padres team. Padres manager Bud Black, a former Giant. Will Venable, son of Max Venable, a former Giant. And Padres first base coach Dave Roberts, a former Giant, a fan favorite. I sat down and caught up with Dave Roberts today. It's on csnberry.com. It's an Amy G's Giants exclusive, and we include former Giants in that too. It was great to catch up with him. He's a great guy, gentlemen.
Out to Sherholtz. One pitch, one out. Good guy, Dave Roberts.
One of the best. A fan favorite everywhere he's been in his career.
Kind of blown us off, though, hadn't he?
I don't think it's within his nature.
Here's Headley. Headley takes high, 1 ball and no strikes. Boy, it's really cool off. Very nice here at the ballpark. 102 when I drove through Walnut Creek today, headed to the ballpark.
How'd that feel?
Well, you know, when I did my 2-mile jog today, Two and two. Cain trying to get Ludwig to chase. He did not. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Padres. 3 runs, 8 hits,
And lineup management is simply don't let the hot hand beat you. Yes, we can.
Pretty good there.
That was such a good example of making pitches to a location that is your location. The guy wants to come out of the strike zone and swing at your pitch. He's doing you a favor. CAIN executed that perfectly.
Boy, a big swing by MAYBIN, and it's no balls and one strike.
That may be the best pitch he gets to hit in this sequence, but that was definitely a flat-out challenge and a good pitch to hit.
77 pitches for Matt CAIN. Right in the wheelhouse, and that got both Whiteside and Eric Cooper. Doink, doink.
I think Cooper took most of the weight of that foul ball. CAIN dropping down with that breaking ball. He's done that a lot this year. It's a good pitch for him. Definitely a new look. If your hitter's got 40, 50 at bats against CAIN, that'll definitely be a surprise.
Out of play, 1-2.
Whiteside going to go and have a word with his pitcher. They set up on the inside corner of that fastball, and it went on the outside part of the plate. Now, sometimes you do that on purpose when you have a runner at second. Just if you think that they might be given location, cross up a location, have that catcher sit on the inside corner, throw on the other side of the plate. CAIN's fastball command tonight has been pretty good. He hasn't missed many times across the plate from the intended location.
And a base hit into center field, and it's going to score one, maybe more. The back runner is HUDSON. He's going to score. MAYBIN's got a triple. How about that?
Well, he got a good pitch to hit. Hanging breaking ball. And with Cameron Maybin's speed, once he finds a gap in this ballpark, that's almost automatic. Hits it away from the defense, goes right to the Yahoo corner. And just like that, the Padres take the lead.
Here's Rizzo. So it really hurts you pitch around a guy, you walk a guy to get to the next hitter, and the guy scores. The guy you walked scores. And a shot into left center field. That's a base hit. Coming in to score is MAYBIN. And after 2 outs, the Padres have scored 3 times. And it's 5-3 San Diego. And that'll bring up Hundley. Hundley is flied out and popped out. And a strike. It's no balls and 1 strike.
It's that low strike, Eric Cooper's.
CAIN was a pitch away from getting out of the inning.
that close. And just some location that's got away from him has led to a crooked inning for the Padres.
Headley with the one-out double. Bartlett was retired on the first pitch. He led off the inning. On the ground to Crawford. That'll end the inning. 3 runs on the board. It's 5-3 San Diego.
The most live sports, and by Jack in the Box. For a limited time, Jack's really big chicken sandwich combo is back. 2 chicken patty, cream cheese. Participating restaurants.
Things have changed. It's 5-3 San Diego here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Nate Sherholtz will lead things off. Shrill singled in the first, popped out in the third. Off his foot. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tejada. And then Whiteside. Right there at the belt, 1-2.
The movement really fooled him. Side early gave up on it, and all of a sudden the movement comes back to the zone. They're playing Nate Sherholtz kind of a pitch him away, play him away offense, or defense rather.
And Rizzo's got it. 1 out. And here's Tejada. Tejada's been on base twice. Single in the second, hit by a pitch in the fourth, eventually scored. At the knees, no balls and 1 strike.
One thing about Stauffer, you get a lot of movement with him. He really understands the fastball. He uses a lot of two-seamers. Normally he gets a lot of cheap outs for not putting a lot of pitches into getting them. And when you have a base sinker like that, that gets you out of a lot of jams. Sinker ballers have pretty good existence.
96 pitches thrown by Stauffer.
I remember he had over 30 in the first inning.
With a hanger, Tejada took it. It's 1-2. Poked out of play to stay alive. Eli Whiteside on deck. Here's the happy fan. Give it up, and he did. 1-2 to Miguel Tejada. 2-2.
That was some severe happiness over there.
Yeah, there was.
And to think that they didn't even know each other before the game started. It's amazing what a foul ball can do for you.
The luck of the baseball. 2-2 pitch. Topped. Headley. 2 outs. And here's Whiteside. Whiteside has popped out and he's lined out. And he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Really mixed that first pitch well. Both pitchers have. Both pitchers very similar in a lot of ways.
Stauffer with 1 walk, 1 strikeout. CAIN in the on-deck circle. We are in the 6th. On the ground, Headley again to his left, and he will throw out Whiteside, and that'll end the inning. So 3 ground balls for Stauffer. Here comes the 7th.
There's 5 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Padres. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Giants. Cameron MAYBIN with a big blow, a triple. He has 3 RBIs on the night. Still for 6 innings, 2 earned runs allowed. Matt Cain 6 innings, 5 earnings allowed through 84 pitches, and that's your Toyota game summary, brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
So it's 5-3. Jesus Guzman is going to pinch hit for Stauffer. Guzman, the former Giant, waiting on Cain, and a swing and a foul back. Guzman is a guy that can hit. He just has never really had a position. So here he's facing Cain. Cain with 86 pitches. Guzman hitting .273. Pinch hit last night and was 0 for 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Will Venable on deck. This is the 7th. 2-2.
Guzman, a lifetime 300 hitter in the minor leagues. He can hit. Prove that in the Giants uniform.
Got him.
Perfect cutter. Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by the Solar Company. Visit thesolarco.com for details about their new zero-down lease with monthly payments as low as $99 for qualified buyers.
We're waiting on Will Venable. Now he gets in. And the bunt. And he pops it right to Tejada. 2 down.
He got all that one.
It's always a good idea, but when it's not executed, it just caps you off as a hitter.
That's a pretty good bunt right there. If you're going for distance. If you're going for a base hit, not a good one.
Here's Bartlett.
Nice first pitch breaking ball.
Back up to middle. Crawford throws him out, and that ends the inning. It'll be Cain to lead things off, or probably a pinch hitter. 5-3 San Diego. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog expert.
Chad Qualls, a new pitcher for San Diego. There you look at his numbers. 241 games. He's really done a nice job. 24 strikeouts against 10 walks. A sinker specialist, and you'll see low to mid 90s with that sinker. Qualls has really done a nice job of solidifying that Padre bullpen when Luke Gregerson was put on the disabled list.
Here's Emmanuel Burris as he looks at a strike.
And today the Padres reactivated Gregerson, so they have gotten stronger in that pen.
Out of play. So it's a very fast 0-2 to Emmanuel Burris. Coming in, hitting at 230. That hit with a pitch yesterday, banged up a little bit. Not in the lineup today. So a bit of a thin bench for Bruce Bochy.
Take the ball in the dirt, kind of got away from Nick Hundley. There you see Santiago Casilla getting greased up. He will pitch the 8th inning.
Topper to Hudson. Hudson makes the play.
Well, Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area is brought to you by Monterey Bay Aquarium. You can take the plunge right at the Monterey Bay Aquarium.org/love.
So Burris retired 4-3. Here's Andres Torres. Torres 1 for 3. Shows bunt, takes low. One ball and one strike as Torres comes up empty.
Well, that's the one you got to lay off of Qualls. He's got so much sink in his fastball. And if you're going to something that starts out at the knees, by the time you get to it, it's going to be in the dirt. That's how much sink he's got on that fastball. And he's always had one of the really heavy sinkers in the game. And you can see the movement. I mean, that thing just bottoms out. Plus, he can put some pretty good velocity on it.
And the bunt. And it'll kick foul.
Qualls 1 year was the closer for the Arizona Diamondbacks, had 24 saves. But it's a valuable thing to have in your bullpen, somebody to come in and get you a ground ball. Those are the type of guys you want to come into existing innings where they inherit runners, because they can get that one ground ball. It's going to find a glove and get 2 outs.
Indeed they can. One-two pitch to Andres Torres. Low 2-2. Josh Spence is in the bullpen getting loose. For the Padres, their only left-hander. Torres trying to reach for Crawford. Stays alive.
That's the one you want right there, the one that starts off at the belt. Who's the best sinker you ever hit off of?
Best sinker. Pop Stanley had a good sinker. Red Sox. Big topper, foul.
Rick Russell was a good sinker ball pitcher. He was a good pitcher, period. Dennis Lamp, good sinker baller. Then you have guys that drop down from the side like Kent Jacoby, who do nothing but ground balls. Dan Quisenberry. Greg Minton has as good a sinker as I've ever seen.
Foul back.
You didn't even like to play catch with Greg Minton before a game. He'd hurt your hand. The ball was so heavy. That combination of Greg Minton, Al Holland, and Gary Lavelle, you talk about a three-headed monster. That was a great bullpen you guys had in 82 here in San Francisco.
Right, just go 5. Torres fighting off a lot of pitches.
Jim Barr had a good sinker. Another guy who was miserable to play catch with.
That was not a sinker. That was a spitter.
Remember Dickie Knowles?
I do.
Took that bat off him one time in spring training, and it hit about 3 inches above the label, or below the label. I still feel it, my friend, to this day.
Torres fights off another pitch. 9 pitches, 6 foul balls for Andres Torres.
A sinker baller can put a stone bruise on your thumb that lasts you your whole life. I'd say you had a good sinker ball. It was Oral Hershiser. It was fantastic.
2-2. And another foul.
Ed Halicki, another good sinker. Smile smooth.
Well, Andres Torres has given a lot of people a lot of time to take pictures in this at bat. 2-2. Foul down the left field line.
Well, he's definitely got the crowd into it.
Two balls, 2 strikes. A long battle. Qualls. Torres. Foul again.
Well, this is starting to get interesting. 12 pitches, 9 fouls. I mean, how many 12 pitch at bats you see where you don't even have a 3-ball count?
It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. I mean, if you're Hundley, I don't blame him for missing that. Most balls of this at bat haven't even gotten to the catcher.
That's true.
Yeah, Amy got the 9th foul ball.
Gamer the gamer.
Three and 2. And that's foul down the right field line.
That was loud.
Pitches, 10 foul balls. You get over a dozen foul balls and they start to charge you for balls into the stands.
This has got to feel like he's in the home run derby contest.
3-2 pitch. He fouled another one.
Well, this has got to end where he hits it in the water. That's just the way it's got to be.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's already a candidate for a bat of the year. 15 pitches, 11 fouls.
Aaron Cooper brings out the brush. There's a big chunk there. You see that?
Eric, come on.
He left a big chunk. Well, that would really bug me.
That was a big chunk.
3 and 2. And he walked them. All right. I vote at bat of the year.
That's it, bat of the year. 16-pitch walk. And immediately, as soon as that pitch was called ball 4, Aaron Balsley, the pitching coach, came out, and it's for one reason: give Chad Qualls a little breather. Well, Andre Torres has been in a big funk. You have that bats like that, they get you out of the funk. Good AB.
Here's Crawford. Crawford 1 for 3.
Don't get picked off. That would ruin the best bat of the year.
That would kind of ruin the party, wouldn't it? Torres goes, and that's a steal. You know what Bruce Bochy was thinking?
Stay out of double play.
Crawford hits into a double play. This place is going to be like major Debbie Downer.
Yeah, it would be major Debbie Downer. But right now, Andre Torres is making a difference.
He doesn't think that pitch was a strike?
Yeah, he thought it was high. That just evened it up.
Here's the pitch that Bruce Bochy did not think was a strike.
Well, it was up, and they all know Cooper's a low ball umpire. It's not his normal strike, but I think the last pitch should have been a strike, and it was not called. So I think the count should be where it's at, 1-1.
On the ground to second. On the play, Torres moves to third. Rarely do you see an at-bat go as long as 8 minutes plus, but that's how long Andres Torres at-bat wins. So here's Sandoval with Torres at third, 2 outs. And 1 strike.
94-mile-an-hour sink. Start that thing in the outside corner and let the movement fall off the plate away, and Sandoval went right with it. And he's the guy you want up there when you're down by 2. That was a good pitch to hit. Yesterday, he did this. And that was not a bad pitch. It was up above the hands at the belt, and he put it in the pond. 56th time a Giants hitter has hit one in the cove, and the guy that got it almost, well, he did get run over by the boat.
Survived. .25 pitches for Qualls. One and 2 to Sandoval with Aubrey Huff on deck. A 5-3 lead for the Padres here in the 7th. Two and two.
Panda not biting. 2 times they've gone below the zone. 2 times he spit on him.
Rally cap on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that squirts away. Torres, a late break. And they got him. And that'll end the inning. It remains 5-3.
And there are good seats available for tomorrow and Thursday. Both games start at 7:15. Go to sfgiants.com and get your tickets.
5-3 Padres.
New pitcher now for the Giants, Santiago Casilla. And there are the numbers for Casilla. 1-1, 2.60 ERA.
Out of play, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice play. That's not the first foul ball she's ever caught.
In tight, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you went with your gut. You thought he could make it. It was a good play by Nick Hundley to get the ball to Chad Qualls, who put the tag on.
Rowan moving back.
Let's take a look at that play at the plate to get anything for the Giants in the 7th. A little bit of a hesitation, and that's probably what cost him. Qualls had a real nice play, but this at the end of the play was unnecessary. Qualls sealing off, and I don't think that Torres even got to the plate.
No, he did not. Here's Ludwig. Ludwig, 1 for 3.
This spike right here, unnecessary. You show up an opponent like that, someday it's going to come back and haunt you because you just have highly motivated Andres Torres.
One ball and one strike.
Yeah, I understand you play the game on emotion, but there's no need for it. Show up a guy like that.
Plus, Torres is such a bad guy.
Yeah. Precisely.
Foul back, 1-2.
But those are things that get noticed in the dugout. They get talked about. And it's not just Torres who's going to have a half an attitude the next time he takes his at bat against Qualls. It's going to be everybody in the Giants uniform. So why bring that upon yourself?
Ludwig stays alive. Padres on top, 2 in the second, 3 in the sixth. Two and two.
Ludwig's got some pretty good pop, but right now Andres Torres out center field. He's playing a shallow center. And that's where you play a guy who doesn't have a lot of power.
Eli Whiteside gets it away. Ball will do that every time here. All right, let's check in with Amy G.
All right, guys, we all know the number 9 plays an important role in the sport of baseball, and our creative marketing team at Comcast Sportsnet is playing off that number. Check this out. They are searching for the World Championship baby. Yep, that's right. If your baby is born on August 1st at 7:54 p.m., which would be 9 months after the final out of the World Series win, then you win the contest. Pregnant Giants fans can enter at csnbayarea.com. Let's go, people. Get it out. 7:54 p.m. August 1st.
Yeah, that's the best one I've ever heard.
You get that one?
Yeah, kind of. But I'm a father of 5.
So is the point to that to show couples who celebrate it in a different way?
Yes.
Okay. 1 ball and 1 strike to Hudson. 1 and 2.
Hey, they're thinking.
Hey, a lot of people got excited for that World Series win.
That's either a marketing department that's running out of ideas, or they are taking on new horizons. Boldly go. Nobody else is gone. But you know what? I'm interested. I want to meet this baby. That's a great scene right there.
My mom just said, you go over there and you thank that man.
Twice.
And then the usher had to get in the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, here, you can have it.
Nicely done. Fan of the night.
Watch out. Fan on the field. And he just scared the dickens out of Rowan. And this is not good, folks. I'll explain to you what happened. We're not going to show it. But a fan came out of the bleachers, and he came right behind Aaron Rowan on a full sprint, and he just tapped him on the back. And if you're Aaron Rowan, your heart has to be going 100 miles an hour.
And he's no small guy either. Well, it's been a long time since we've seen a guy in the field here.
And it would be wise to get this guy away from the crowd as fast as they can.
Well,
and a 100% knucklehead.
I don't think it's going to be worth it when he winds up going where he's going to go tonight. But you're right. Definitely locked up Arizona, man. Why wouldn't it? You stand out in left field, you don't figure some guy's going to come by and tap you on the shoulder.
Well, and I saw him running right at Rowan. I'm thinking, is he going to tackle Rowan? Whiteside is going to make the play, and that'll end the inning. It'll be Sandoval to lead things off.
Time of the Coors Light Freeze Cam, we go back to the fifth inning. Nobody out. Nick Hundley hits a pop-up, and it makes Brandon Crawford do the pop-up dance. Look at the thumb. Yeah, he manages to hang on. That's our Coors Light Freeze Cam. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
Mike Adams, the eighth inning closer for the Padres, and you could say he is a closer. Look at those numbers: 41 strikeouts, 5 walks, 25 base runners, and 38 a third. And those are all-star-like numbers, and he got strong consideration. If somebody were to get injured or couldn't play, you might see him still show up in Arizona next Tuesday. What a job he's done for Bud Black.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval was at the plate when Torres was thrown out at home. Sandoval 1 for 3. Giants need a base runner. On the ground, foul. Oh, and 2 to Pablo Sandoval. Aubrey Huff on deck. Out of play.
Sandoval in the protect mode, fighting off that 94 in the outside corner, or just off it. Mike Adams is usually around that strike zone. Hey, let's see a good recipient for that foul ball.
Sandoval very high into center field. And MAYBIN puts it away. 1 out. So that'll bring up Aubrey Huff. Here's the pitch to Huff. Huff is 1 for 3, singled in the 5th. And a shot into right center field, a base hit. Huff is going to put on the brakes. So Aubrey Huff with a 1-out single.
Now he decided to play it very conservative, not wanting to risk making it out of second base. Down 2. Oh yeah, they get the rally caps on.
We're waiting for the commercial.
Here's Rowan. Rowan 1 for 2. Right there for a strike.
Painting that outside corner.
His pop-up will be caught by Rizzo. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Sherholtz. Sherholtz 1 for 3.
Giants right now need some 2-out thunder.
First pitch strike to Nate Sherholtz.
And Sherholtz has been one of the hotter hitters. Had a great road trip. Chicago, Detroit. A lot of consistent loud contact. He was barreling everything. There's the pitch Moy play, Moy defense. They bunch the gap in left center. Give them the right center field gap, but play their right fielder, Venable, way off the line.
Adams always the high set. And this pop-up should get Adams out of the inning. And it will. We will head to the 9th. 5-3 Padres. Ninth inning, it's 5-3 San Diego. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. Jeremy Affeldt is the new pitcher.
There's the numbers. 42 times he's taken the ball for Bruce Bochy. 3.19 ERA, 1.2 record. 3 saves for Jeremy Affeldt, and really one of the more dominating saves the entire season of any Giants reliever.
First pitch base hit for MAYBIN, who's got 3 hits tonight. Giants have got to figure a way to get him out. There's 2 more games left in this series.
Well, he's had some pretty good pitches to hit.
Well, that's how you get him out then.
Yeah, better location.
Colorado lost, Arizona won. Here's Rizzo. Rizzo's got 2 RBIs. Runner goes. Swing and a bouncing ball foul.
Well, we have a winner. Well, Bud Black, like every other manager in the National League, knows that Jeremy Affeldt has got sink. He throws ground balls. So he's starting Cameron MAYBIN, but MAYBIN's a guy who can steal you a bag anyway. Remember, this is a Padres team that very aggressive on the base path. A lot of stolen bases. They're in the top 3 in the National League in that category.
Breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. For the Giants in the 9th inning, they'll be facing Heath Bell. It will be Tejada, Whiteside, and the pitcher spot. Remember, Bruce Bochy's bench a little short. We've already seen Burris. Cody Ross is unavailable. Pat Burrell still nursing the foot problem. Bill Hall for Stewart. On the ground to Tejada. 4-6-3.
Just what the doctor ordered. And there's that ground ball that we see Affeldt so consistently get. And let's take a look at Tejada turning a double play. Remember, this is his first time ever playing second base at the big league level.
Well, he had the luxury of having all the time in the world. And he took advantage of it. And with 2 outs, here's Hundley. Hundley is 0 for 3. Sends a souvenir to the club level down the right field line. It's a ball and a strike. Remember, tomorrow night, Dustin Mosley against Madison Bumgarner. We'll have it for you right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. And Buster Posey will be with us for a couple of innings. Hit down the right field line and foul. And it's 1-2.
There's Madison Bumgarner. Hasn't quite got his game face working. Every starting pitcher's a little different in that regard.
On a play. Mosley, Bumgarner, Luke Zito, both on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area. One ball and 2 strikes. Hundley waited on that breaking ball very nicely, but could not put it in play. It's 1-2.
Well, he definitely had good balance in that swing.
Ryan Vogelsong, an all-star. He will pitch on Friday night. Just a piece for Hundley. Twelfth pitch of the inning for Affeldt, and Hundley sends out another souvenir.
Saw Chris DeNorfia in the on-deck circle for the Padres.
Out of play.
Well, is this reminiscent of the Andre stories at bat?
It absolutely is.
One of the best ones that I ever saw. It was a replay. It was Alex Cora as a Dodger in Dodger Stadium, had a 19 pitch at bat, and on the 19th pitch he hit a home run.
That was good.
That was magical.
Side retired. Giants looking for some 9th inning magic. Check out Sportsnet Central. It'll be Damon Andrews and Mindy Bach. They will be your hosts. And you can see reaction from this game. Tiger status for the British Open. Golden Great, today's best video, tonight at 10:30. 5-3 Padres. And it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change tune-up and smog expert.
Keith Bell, you see the All-Stars in the back of his uniform and his hat? And he has had just that, an All-Star first half, 25 saves and 26 opportunities. We're going to see a mid-90s fastball, a couple of good different type of breaking balls, and a good changeup. And he's got the whole package.
So it'll be Tejada, who doubled off of Bell in the game yesterday, and he fouls this one back, and it's 0-1.
2 for 4, a couple of doubles. Pat Burrell chalking up.
Nothing but fastballs so far to Tejada, and it's 0-2. Giants need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate. It's 0-2 to Tejada. Tejada fights another one off.
Bell got the save in yesterday's ballgame, but he had to throw 25 pitches to get it done.
Giants did have the tying run at second base with 2 hitters coming up against Bell, but Bell retired them both. 0-2. And we see the first breaking ball from Bell. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Base hit.
Another opposite field base hit for Tejada off Bell. I mean, that was a similar situation yesterday. He got a pitch up away. He went right with it. And Tejada swinging the bat well.
Whiteside is being called back. That's a high fastball.
High fastball, but again, he is using the right side of the field.
So Burrell is going to hit now. Burrell faced Bell in the game yesterday and he drew a walk. And a strike. Burrell 4 for 10 lifetime. He does have a home run against Bell.
Bill Hall coming out for the on-deck circle.
Breaking ball, base hit. Tejada will stop at second. Here they come.
Got a breaking ball up. It's almost like he went up there looking for it. As he was not fooled. Location mistake at the belt. Burrell makes a pay right back up the middle. Smart hitter looking for one pitch, getting it done.
Well, now Chris Stewart is going to hit. And that's probably do one thing, and that's lay down a bunt. So Burrell, nice at bat as he goes back. So Hall, the pinch runner. Now, if you're Chris Stewart, you have to know that you don't have a lot of speed at second. So this has got to be a pretty good bunt. Padres will play it like the Giants are going to bunt. Headley is already in at third. Rizzo is in at first. Here's Bochy, you never know. He could take this off at any time. And the bunt. great bunt by Stewart. How about that?
It's got to go down the third baseline. You want to take that third baseman completely out of position. And that's exactly what that bunt did. Chase Headley had to come in, and once he did, he vacated an easy take of third. So textbook perfect, and he did it on the first pitch, and that feeds the energy of an inning.
So here we are back to the same spot the Giants were in yesterday. Second and third, one out. Andres Torres at the plate. And it's 0-1. Foul back, 0-2. In that at bat yesterday, Torres popped out to Will Venable in right field. Rowan ended the game by bouncing out to the shortstop Bartlett. 0-2 to Andres Torres. He just had one hit. He led off the game with a base hit.
On a high fastball.
And he went around, 2 down.
So 2 fastballs away to get to the 0-2, then he elevates for the strike 3. See the target. The catcher shows you that target. That means fastball's coming in. And we see it all the time now where guys will show that, and they really tip the pitch.
Now Crawford had a base hit off of Bell yesterday. He had it on a breaking ball. So here we go. Brennan Crawford at the plate. And a swing and a foul back. He had a good rip.
Yes, he did. They set up on the outside corner. That came across the inside part of the plate. So accustomed to seeing Padres relievers use that outside corner. It's just a product of their ballpark. Petco Park, so big. You want to make your opponent beat you the other way. And this ballpark very similar. So Bell, I'm sure, feeling at home in a big ballpark, pounding that outside corner early in the count with fastballs.
High, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Think about Crawford, though. When you keep pitching him one way on that outside part of the plate, he will go to left. Giants fans are finding that out. I mean, and that was one part of his swing that kind of went away a little bit, but it's back. If you're thinking about what kind of arm you got in left field, Ludwig's got an average arm.
1 ball and 1 strike. 1-2.
It's just country hardball right there.
One and 2. Here comes to Crawford. And he pops it foul to stay alive, and he lives to see another pitch.
Well, these are the at-bats your rookies can grow up fast in.
Hall at third. 2-2. It's Tejada at third. Hall's at second. All fastballs. Two and 2. Out of play.
All fastballs.
Yeah, the more fastballs you see, the more pitches you see. The little better you get each time. Defense set up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Out of play.
Nice reaching back, 97. All fastballs. And I think Huntley's going to come out there and talk to him about that. Yo, cable guy, you want to throw a curveball?
Well, it was a breaking ball that Crawford really had a good check swing on in his at bat against Bell yesterday. Two and two. Venable. Ball game. So the Padres take the first 2 games in this 4-game series. The Giants leave the tying run at second base for the 2nd game in a row. And the Padres are making it tough, just like they did on the Giants last year.
It's just exactly like they did last year. And this is going to be a game where Matt Cain is going to go back and look at one pitch, and it was a 2-strike breaking ball to Cameron Maybin back in the 6th inning that opened up a 3-run 6 and really became the difference in this game. That's a pitch he's going to want back.
All right, so the Padres and Giants. Padres 5, Giants 3. Giants post-game live with interviews and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio.